Thank you. Under our administration, Russia respected America just like every other country respected America, and they really respected us a lot. But now Joe Biden is seen as a weak, and I hate to say it because I want him to do a great job. I really want him to do. Politically, I don't care. I would much rather have him do a great job than a poor job. But nobody could ever believe how bad and weak and grossly incompetent it has been. And when you have a weak president who is not respected by other nations, you have a very chaotic world. And the world hasn't been this chaotic since World War II. I think we can say that. We can say that very strongly. I have no doubt that President Putin made his decision to ruthlessly attack Ukraine only after watching the pathetic withdrawal from Afghanistan, where the military was taken out first, our soldiers were killed, and American hostages plus $85 billion worth of the finest equipment anywhere in the world were left behind. Yesterday, reporters asked me if I thought President Putin was smart. I said, of course he's smart, to which I was greeted with, oh, that's such a terrible thing to say. I'd like to tell the truth. Yes, he's smart. The NATO nations, and indeed the world, as he looks over what's happening strategically with no repercussions or threats whatsoever, they're not so smart. They're looking the opposite of smart. If you take over Ukraine, we're going to sanction you, they say. Sanction? Well, that's a pretty weak statement. Putin is saying, oh, they're going to sanction me. They've sanctioned me for the last 25 years. You mean I can take over a whole country and they're going to sanction me? You mean they're not going to blow us to pieces, at least psychologically? The problem is not that Putin is smart, which of course he's smart, but the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. So dumb. They so far allowed him to get away with this travesty and assault on humanity. That's what it is. This is an assault on humanity. It's so sad. Putin is playing Biden like a drum, and it's not a pretty thing as somebody that loves our country to watch. Just not a pretty thing to watch. You know, I was with Putin a lot. I spent a lot of time with him. I got along with him. I got along with President Xi. I got along with Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un has massive nuclear power. It's a good thing to get along with people, not a bad thing. You can be very tough and get along. You know, I'm the one that ended his pipeline. He said, you're killing me with the pipeline. Nobody else ended his pipeline. I came in. He did. But I did a lot of things that were very tough on Russia. No president was ever as tough on Russia as I was. And I'd come in, the fake news would say, Trump loves Russia. He loves Russia. Then we had the Russia hoax, which is now with Durham and Mueller and all the rest, just a total hoax. It was a made-up, fictional story. But with respect to what's going on now, it would have been so easy for me to stop the travesty from happening. He understood me, and he understood that I didn't play games. This would not have happened. Someday I'll tell you exactly what we talked about. But we talked about it. And he did have an affinity, there's no question about it, for Ukraine. I said, never let it happen. You better not let it happen. This is the only attack in history where the further he goes and the bigger it gets and the worse it gets and the more death that's caused, the more money he makes because oil prices keep climbing higher and higher and higher. There's never been anything like that where a warring nation, the more he makes it difficult to get oil, the more expensive it gets and the more money he makes. And all those tanks roaming around are very expensive, but they're peanuts compared to the kind of money that he's making because of the tremendous increase in oil. You know, when I left and during my term, oil was at $36 a barrel. Think of it, 36. Now it hit 100 and they think it's going to 150. So the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, a lot of countries, but right now in particular, is making more money than they ever dreamt possible. The cost of the war is very, very small compared to the kind of money they're taking in. There's never been a situation like that. It's horrible to watch. It's horrible because it's a disincentive for him to disengage. Remember, Joe and Hunter Biden got $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife and were never allowed to explain in the debate. Remember, we had the debate, and I said, hey, what'd you do with the 3.5 million that you got from the mayor of Moscow's wife? And Chris Wallace, who I assume was now fired from Fox, which is good. He said that's not an appropriate question. That turned out to be another one. Trump was right. That turned out to be another very appropriate question. He got $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife. Very rich family, I will tell you that. This is a conflict of interest, but at the same time, Joe Biden bragged unknowingly on tape, and this was on tape. Can you imagine if I said it? About getting rid of a Ukrainian prosecutor, or he wouldn't allow $1 billion of American taxpayers' money to be given to Ukraine. They kept saying, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? No, you got to get rid of that prosecutor. He's getting too close. Can you imagine if I did that? And he was on tape. And the fake news media, those people right there, refused to report it. And that's without mentioning the fact that China gave them $1.5 billion to manage. And he never managed money before, other than the money they got, probably. There's plenty of conflict there. You don't have to even think about it. And the fake news didn't want to mention anything. They didn't want to talk about it. It was bad for the election. It was bad for our country in their mind, but they probably knew talking about it would have been good. We never really bring our country back unless we get an honest media, because they're like the policing agent, and they refuse to air scandal. They refuse to air it. And it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen over the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks as one of the worst scandals ever. I call it the crime of the century, ballot harvesting, as it gets released, and it's all on tape. It's all on tape. And Truth to Vote, I want to thank those incredible women for the job, Catherine and all of them, for the job they've done. It's incredible. But that'll be released for us. Everything is on tape. Even the pictures are taken of the people stuffing the ballot boxes, because without the pictures, they don't get paid. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of votes in each swing state. They focus, they say, on the swing states. And you know what? They probably did others too. But the swing states was the focus. Over the past year, we've seen self-loathing and self-destruction on a scale previously unthinkable. A military obsessed with equity to all and only being politically correct.
That's some interesting stuff, though, that he brought up on Ukraine. You know, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff he's saying, though, about what he would have done, and it's kind of like common sense. Like, you got to try hard to fuck this up like he is right now.
Yeah, that was tough, man. You know, it's kind of tough on a lot of topics we mentioned too. I mean, look at we were mentioned the leverage that Joe Biden used because we wouldn't release $1 billion to Ukraine. Now here's Joe Biden trying to get billions of dollars to give to Ukraine. I mean, I don't know, man. I see a pattern. Now it's hidden under war, and now the Durham report. You know, I mean, yeah, how much traction and attention are you going to get on the Durham report when you have World War III taking place? So now Hillary has her shield. Joe Biden has the ability to funnel money into the corrupt Ukraine government because, yes, it's horrible what's taking place in Ukraine, but they're not exactly a phenomenal government. You know, they are corrupt. So at the end of the day, man, this is just innocent blood is being shed so that these guys can have absolute smokescreen for everything else they would have had friction attempting to pass or allow to take place or sweep under the rug. I mean, I don't know, man. We caused a revolution over tea. I mean, we started a new nation over tea and taxation. This seems to be a little bit more than that.
It's not a new thing either. It's been going on forever. You know, really since parties got in charge of, you know, elections, basically picking candidates and everything.
So here we are through the smokescreen of humanitarian purposes, through invasion of a big bad boogeyman. We're going to be funneling billions of dollars to Ukraine, and we're going to support it, and we're going to cheer it on. And I guarantee there's going to be no way to prove where that went. We can't even prove where COVID debt relief went. You telling me we're going to prove billions of dollars go to a third world nation in wartime? No, this is straight up criminal at its best. It's all choreographed, man. It's all choreographed. That's why I'm not scared of World War III, because they're playing us like fools, and they're doing it with the carnage of innocent people.
Definitely makes you think, you know. It's all believable now with all the stuff we're finding out. You know, I'm not saying that's legit the reason, but it's kind of shady in that way, you know.
Who's going to question that relief money? Nobody. Because everyone's behind it. Oh, poor Ukraine. Send them money. They need it. Let's follow the trail. There won't be a trail to follow.
Well, and not saying Zelensky's, you know, the problem with it. It's just deep into the government, you know, in areas he doesn't know about. You know, he may be like, because I mean, I guess you've been hearing he's trying to root it out, but I don't know if it's happening or not. But you know, he doesn't seem to be a government official that just grew up through the ranks. I mean, he was a comedian before, so.
And what does Joe Biden? What does Joe Biden and the Democrat Party get from this? They get a smokescreen to protect Hillary.
Oh, well,
they get a smokescreen to protect the way that they've been spying on private citizens for years and years and years, and actually weaponizing the FBI against the taxpayers, which are paying the bills for these companies to exist. They just provided. This is the best traction we had to show how corrupt politicians are, even ones that are no longer in power, but they still have connections to powerful people. This was like the largest thing to happen to politics, and politics even took place in the past 20 years of events. And now it's going to be outshined by Ukraine. This was 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe called Putin and said, all right, buddy, do it now. That's how much I don't believe in this BS, man. That was the biggest breakthrough for the conservative movement. That was vindication for 4 years of scrutiny by the most evil and corrupt and disgusting system that exists. And we finally get vindication, and it gets outshined by a revolution or an invasion in Ukraine. Tell me that's not planned. Tell me that's not the Illuminati protecting the Illuminati, man.
Remember, everybody has strong opinions, and a rebuttal is fine. Talking it over is fine, but no aggression will be accepted. So, if you do have anything, no, not you. I'm just saying, everybody has the right to share their entireties. You know, not just fractions of it by buffering it. I mean, if you want to share it, share it. But if somebody questions you on it, please don't be hostile. That's all I'm saying.
I promise I won't. I just got emotional because all the dots just fully connected. It's not even about war. There's going to be no World War III. This is a smokescreen. So all the evil doers can get away with their plans without being under the public eye, because now the public eye is more informed than ever.
We are now on two fronts.
Yes. So this is just so horrible that they would use human life as a distraction for their narrative and their agendas, and I'm just so mad about it right now. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. There won't be, I'll tell you right now, I promise you, there will not be World War III. This is just how they're achieving what they want to achieve. Once it's achieved, they'll act like diplomacy was successful. Mark my words, write it down, screenshot it.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just making some screens here for my stuff.
I sent you a DM too. I think you can understand the meaning of it.
Hold on.
As the cruiser went by and waved hello. You'll see that approximately probably 7 a.m. our time tomorrow.
Let me look at my DMs real quick. I have to make sure my DMs aren't open when cause I'm streaming. I have to make sure it doesn't pull up on screen.
And as far as Durham goes, I have one thing to say. How convenient that he wrapped up the investigation right around was a fully predictable time frame. How convenient.
Anything new on the news? I keep refreshing and oh, this one's 8 minutes ago. Hold. Russia conflict live update. Let me read what this one is 8 minutes ago.
Are you in for the night? Bummer, I ain't got no cigarettes and no damn bread. I was gonna make a sandwich for dinner. I might. How many cigarettes you got? Well, damn it. That ain't working. Well, if you do
Get
go, I got
Message
money
City.
here. Grab us some packs. Or come get
Yeah,
the money either way. I'm gonna say, if you do. Alright? Alright, bye.
I'm here, Jedi. I totally get it. You're having trouble setting up your mic settings. Totally understand.
Oh, am I live? Damn,
Everyone in this lobby is
cussing out my
literally.
son.
You're good. Everyone's live on Twitch on my channel.
Oh, I'm not on Twitch.
You are live.
Oh, okay, I get it. But you got what I said in the DM, right?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I might have to. Thank you so much for the fellowship. I might have to check out for a little bit. I'm
Lou,
just.
always a pleasure talking to you, bro.
It is, man. Thank you. I just, I'm probably a little too emotional to be live on anything. Yeah,
Oh, you're
it's just.
good.
Thank you,
It's not
guys.
like I got 1,000 viewers or something, so you're good.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do after you realize, right? I mean, at what point? I mean, what, it's just sometimes You just have to shut it off, I guess. That's all you can do, right? Just, man, this is horrible. I can't believe it, you know? Just, I don't know. It just makes full sense to me, and it doesn't settle well. This sucks.
Well, you're welcome back anytime, then.
Thank you, guys. Be well. God bless. Stay
Yeah,
safe.
Aaron, I got to dip
Sorry
out
to
for a
hear
minute
that you're having
too.
a
I'll
hard
be back
time.
in a little bit.
Later, Dave.
Yep.
Baroness, I see you.
I just got on. What are we talking about?
6 minutes ago, live. What's this one? Mayor of Ukrainia City. Here, let's put this on. Let me go over here. So it says Mayor of Ukrainia City. The enemy wants to destroy everything after an explosion in, I don't know how to say that, the town mayor Natalia recorded a Facebook message for residents. You can see what's going on. You can see the fire. Unfortunately, this is a petroleum storage depot. The enemy wants to destroy everything around, but he will not be successful. You've seen that during the day there was heavy shelling from ballistic missiles. Our airfield was shelled as well, but we got it under control. The night will be difficult here as well in Kyiv, but we will stand our. Yeah, I'm reading that. Did you see that? If you're looking at my feed, you'll see it. Ooh, let's see what happens when I refresh that page if they shut it down. It's back. And then it says it's shut down again. I think, oh dang. They're trying to kill the cams, guys.
Are they
Holy shit.
firing at the cams?
They just killed 9 or 8 out of the 9 cams.
Holy crap.
Oh, let me reset this. Looks like they killed, this was supposed to be 9 cams, but there's only 1 now. Someone's trying to kill my feed too. Let me bring up Baroness.
I just did.
She didn't make it up, did she?
There we go. Maybe now. Oh, are we both bringing her up?
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, but sometimes it like slows it down, especially when I was hosting spaces earlier. But I mean, not earlier today, but earlier in Twitter, it would seem to affect it.
Trying to see if these are replay cameras. Let me go to the other news feed, see if anything's new. 18 minutes ago. Oh, that's old news. Nothing on Taiwan. What about Iran?
I got all 9 cameras up again.
Yeah, I do too. I saw that.
Oh, okay. You notice right before they went down, there was like ash or debris or maybe snow or something. And then I was like, are those bullets?
Oh no, we've been talking about that for a while. It's probably the oil, the ash.
Yeah, probably right, ash. We got 2 requesting.
Hey guys, I don't need to be a speaker if you don't have space. I just want to pop
We
We
got
on.
space.
totally have space for you. And then what I do to people like that is say goodbye.
Yeah, that was just ignorant. Okay, I'm going to block and report.
So
Is there any
guys-
confirmation that North Korea is launching shit into the Japanese Sea or no?